Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a Blake Griffin build for you. So this will be a prime Blake Griffin build, in his best years with the Clippers. So make sure he's a power forward and we'll move on. So for the body settings, I think Blake's listed at 6'9" now, but he used to be listed at 6'10". And I wanted to make the build 6'10" to ensure that we get the big man contact dunks, because I think that's really important to Blake's build. So make sure he's 6'10". In terms of the weight, we're just going to drop that to the minimum to 210 pounds. That's just to boost the driving dunk up as well as the speed. So we do want to make sure the weight's the minimum. Now for wingspan, we are going to max that out so that we get the 85 driving dunk, so that we get the elite alley-oops. Because obviously, back in the CP3 days, they were chucking alley-oops, left, right and center just about every time they went up the floor. So we definitely want those. Body shape's up to you, and we'll move on to the attributes. Now for Blake Griffin, his primary method of scoring in his best years was around the basket and just finishing through any contact whatsoever, anyone in his way. Just finishing through and being real crafty as well around the rim. He wasn't just a dunker, he was really great at creating his own space, using his build and his body, his strength to make space around the basket. So we're going to put close shot up to 90. That just gets hook specialist gold as well at 90, and is a really high rating for close shot. Now for driving layup, he was really great at scoring layups as well. So we do want to boost that as high as we can. So I'm going to put it to 89 to get that fearless finisher gold, which does help finish through contact, which is what Blake was really great at. And you also unlock the dominant big layup package, I think at 80 layup, if I remember correctly. And in my opinion, that's one of the best layup packages you can have, because it does give you sort of a speed boost if you do have that equipped on layups. Now for driving dunk, we are going to put that to 85 so that we get the elite contact alley-oops and also the pro contact dunks of 1 and 2. So you will have all the available contact dunks with this build, because we are going to put standing dunk to 90. So if you take away the small and elite contact dunks, which you can't get really at a height of 6'10", you are still going to be able to get the rest of the contact dunks. The elite alley-oops, the pros, and the elite big man contact dunks. And that was what made Blake famous, being able to dunk over players, being a real posterizer. Now for post control, we are going to push that up to 85 so that we get the Hall of Fame back down punisher, because he was really good in the post. People couldn't stay in front of him. If he was on a smaller player, he could easily just back him down and score in the post with a spin or a hook shot. So I do like to have the Hall of Fame post moves with this build. But that'll be for the end for finishing. Now for shooting, as his career went on, he did improve his three-point shot. When he started, he rarely took threes, but during the middle of his career, he started taking a lot more threes. And he wasn't terrible at it, he wasn't amazing. He shot around 34-35% for those years. So I do think that pushing mid-range shot to one below the max, which is 80, and three-point shot to 76 is still realistic for Blake. He wasn't a great shooter, but he did have a capability to hit some threes if he got hot. And with a 76 three-point shot, you do still have some decent badges to hit threes, so you are going to be capable from there, particularly from the corners. You do still have Hall of Fame sniper. Most of the badges silver, except for catch and shoot, which is bronze. But you do have a capability to shoot with this build. Now for free throw, we are going to put that to 81. Round 80 just seems to be a really good spot to have free throw. Now for playmaking, he also became more of a point forward, particularly when Chris Paul left the Clippers, and then his days at Detroit, he was really a point forward. He would orchestrate the offense, and he was a triple-double threat at times, because he could get a lot of assists on his day. So we are going to push pass accuracy up to 85, just for also that gold bullet pass, which is just a great badge to have. Like I said, he was a point forward, so we definitely want ball handle up to a good level, and I've chosen to get it max it out at 73, so we get handles for days silver. And then speed with ball, we're just going to put that one below the max so that we get the 21 badges, and we also get bronze quick first step. So that's unlocked at 50 speed with ball. So you do have the bronze quick first step. I would have loved to make a build that got 65 speed with ball for the silver quick first step, but it just wasn't realistic. I wasn't able to do it and keep the contact dunks in there as well. So that'll be all for playmaking. In terms of defense, now he wasn't an amazing defender. He was probably just good enough to guard his own man. He wasn't particularly a big shot blocker, or he didn't really get a lot of steals, but you know, he was a big body. He could challenge shots at the rim, so we do want some level of defense. So I decided to put interior defense to 76 just to get brick wall silver, so you're able to do some pick and rolls. Perimeter defense, I decided to go to 70, so that if you ever get switched on to a guard, you can still defend at a decent level. You know, you're going to have that 70 lateral speed or lateral quickness. In terms of steal, we're going to put that to 72 so that we get that silver pickpocket, just to have the capability to steal on the ball. Block, we are going to put that to 81 just to unlock the gold intimidator, because whilst he may not have been intimidating on the defensive end, he was intimidating on the offensive end. And although that's not what the badge is for, I just thought, because of what it's called, I think it was important to have Intimidator Gold, because Blake was really intimidating on the court with his athleticism and power. For offensive rebound, we're just going to put it to 52. Now, you are an inside big. Most of the time you'll be playing inside, so there will be opportunities to grab offensive rebounds, but I just didn't have the points along with everything else that I wanted to upgrade that. But of course, you can always change the build to your liking. If you want to push up offensive rebound up, feel free to start with this template and change things around. But in terms of defensive rebound, we are going to push that to 82 for the 20 defensive badges. We also get rebound chaser silver, and although he has averaged over 10 rebounds a couple times in his career, in fact in his first 2 seasons in the league, after that it definitely waned. It's been dropping just about every season since. He's not particularly great at rebounding these days, just due to injuries, I think. But you know, you got the 81 rebounding there. Now physicals, we are going to put speed and acceleration to 72, which I think is a really good speed for a 6'10 player. With a 7'8 wingspan, you should be able to outrun a lot of other bigs, particularly if you're coming up against these really massive centers. Strength we're not going to touch, that got upgraded with interior defense. Vertical, we do need to put that to 75 to unlock the contact dunks. And for the rest of the attributes, we're just going to chuck that on stamina for 89 stamina. And that's the build. So in total, we have 31 finishing, 21 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 20 defensive badges, for a total of 93 badges on this deadly finishing build. So, you know, its primary method of scoring and where it's going to dominate is definitely on finishing. It's got a capability to shoot from the outside. If you are playing with a really good point guard, you know, instead of rolling to the rim or backdoor cutting, you can hang out and get a catch and shoot opportunity. You can play make, you can get on the ball and take other bigs on, particularly bigs that haven't upgraded their perimeter defense. You can easily get past them. You know, you got the bronze quick first step, so that can come in handy. Defense, you got a capability to defend. You know, you can block shots, get some boards. At 6'10 with a 7'8 wingspan, you should be able to make do with a lot of those stats, even though they're a little low. You still have that wingspan, so you should be able to snag some rebounds and get some blocks. Then, you know, you're not slow either, so it's a really balanced power forward build with an unbelievably great strength in finishing. Now for takeovers, I just chose 2 slashing takeovers because that's what the build's about. It's about slashing. So I just chose finishing moves. So, you know, obviously Blake was really great at finishing through contact, and easy blow-bys just to help get to the rim. He's really good and crafty at getting around players, so I thought those 2 were the most appropriate. So as you can see, you've made a post facilitator. The shades of Julius Randle, Chris Webber, and Jeremy Grant. I'd say Chris Webber was sort of like Blake in how he played. Really athletic, but I think Blake probably had the more power, but those are some decent comparisons. But we'll take a look at the badges. Now for finishing, we definitely want a lot of the post badges at least gold. So, you know, back down punisher, drop stepper, they're really important. You know, mouse in the house, Hook specialist, you know, you can get on silver. Fast twitch just to help with dunks. You know, fearless finisher, limitless takeoff. Slithery finishes there. You know, you got posterizer. You know, you may not want to post up at all. Drop them down. Get some lot of the contact dunk sort of ones. So posterizer, unstripple's great. You know, you got rise up. All these badges are gold. So if you're not posting up a heap, you can always chuck them on the driving sort of badges. If you do want to post up, there is that availability there. Now for shooting, just the ones to help you shoot at a decent clip. So, you know, Sniper Hall of Fame is really important for this build, I feel. Green Machine's there, you know, you got Deadeye, Catch and Shoot, Hot Zone Hunter, Corner Specialist to help in the corners, Limitless Spot Up, Slippery Off Ball is really handy badge to have. And then for the last one, you may just want Green Machine, like I said before, just to help if you do get hot. Now for playmaking, he was a bit of a point forward, so we want Dimer, you know, glue hands, unpluckable because you do dribble a bit, quick first step, handles for days, break starter because you are a power forward, you still need to be rebounding. Bullet passes gold, that's why we put it up to 85. And with the last three, you know, you may want needle threader just to be a really good outlet passer, get it through those guys trying to steal it. But that's playmaking. Now for defense, you know, you want sort of things to help you get free, particularly, you know, that's why we want brick wall on offense that can really help you get free. Then for, it's actually interesting how that's in defense. It's more of an offensive badge, but it doesn't matter. We got pickpocket silver, rebound chaser silver, rim protector silver. You know, you got pogo stick, Hall of Fame. So, you know, obviously he probably should be Hall of Fame for Blake, but with the badge points we've got, silver is probably fine. You know, chase down artist to get the animations. You know, you got interceptor there, you got intimidator, box out, tireless defender. You also got pick dodger in case you ever get switched onto a player. You should be able to find a balanced defensive build that can at least guard its own player. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope you have a really great day.